You are never going to guess what Grok just said Rezolve could trade at next year. This is shocking. We're going to get into it here in this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time to the channel, Rezolve AI is a fascinating company, a hyper-growth AI online retail commerce engager, okay? They have Brain Suite, they have their large language model specifically tailored to commerce that doesn't hallucinate, that has outperformed ChatGPT, Claude, etc. in a recent white paper that just came out on their earnings, okay? This company has a professional services division that helps companies with their online presence. Long story short, they have partnerships with Google, Microsoft, and Tether. The stock currently trades at about $1 billion for their market cap. And the company just gave out blowout guidance for $150 million in ARR this year and $500 million in ARR next year. The CEO on the conference call said, quote unquote, "We don't set guidance to hit guidance. We set guidance to achieve guidance." So we're talking hyper growth rates. And a company that's only trading at 2 times sales for next year. Yeah, Grok says this valuation could go much higher. We're going to talk about that in today's episode. Keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a financial planner. Come to your own conclusions. Do not be a jackass, okay? Take responsibility for your own positions. But if you guys want to come join us in the trading community, check out that link down below in the description of this video. Now, I am not someone that just likes to blow smoke out there, okay? If I talk about a stock, I have a position in it, I have skin in the game. And here in today's episode, I will share my position in Rezolve as well and what I think the next 3 months could look like for the stock. So again, before we get into all of this information, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out the link down below in the description of today's episode. We have, again, been able to achieve over 200% year-to-date returns so far, but that is subject to change. Keep that in mind. So I asked Grok a simple question. How high could Rezolve AI stock go in 2026? Pretty simple question. So we're going to start here. It says Rezolve AI is an AI-powered commerce platform focused on conversational AI for enterprise retail, with products like Brain Suite integrating with partners such as Microsoft and Google. As of October 3rd, 2025, the stock closed at $6.79, giving it a market capitalization of $2.19 billion and an enterprise value of $2.05 billion. These numbers are not correct, but we'll go with it. You can't win it all, okay? Trailing 12-month revenue stands at $5.3 million, but the company is in hyper-growth mode following recent acquisitions and product launches. Yeah, basically, the company, before they went public via SPAC, they had $100 million in ARR in China. The SEC forced them to sell that business and basically go public as a pre-revenue company, and that was back in August of 2024. Well, they wanted to make sure the product was going to, roll out good, so they made some improvements. They launched the product in the beginning of 2025. So that's why the revenue numbers are so low. When they started the year, they set a target for $90 million in ARR. They came out in June of 2025 and said they already hit $70 million, well on track to achieve $100 million by the end of the year. Well, they just came out on October 1st with their last earnings and said that they already hit over $90 million in ARR, that they're targeting $150 million in ARR. Now, one thing about this company you must understand is deals take a while. Contracts take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, the company said. So the ARR that they are forecasting for this year and next year, it's already largely in the pipeline, right? It's largely already visible because these these contracts take so long. So there's, again, the company is going to beat these guidance numbers. There's a lot of visibility in that. Now it says recent performance and guidance. In its first half 2025 earnings reported October 1st, 2025, Rezolve AI delivered $6.3 million in revenue, a 426% year-over-year increase, while achieving a 95.8% gross margin. The company raised its full year 2025 annual recurring revenue guidance to at least $150 million, 50% above prior estimates, and initiated 2026 guidance at a $500 million ARR exit rate. This reflects secured contracts with over 100 enterprise clients, H&M, Ferraro, etc., and strong pipeline visibility. That's what I mean, strong pipeline visibility. These contracts take 3 to 6 months, so they have a pretty good idea of where, ARR rates are going to be at any given moment. It says, driven by its BrainPower AI model, which benchmarks competitively against ChatGPT-4 and Claude with near zero hallucinations, these updates shattered consensus forecasts and triggered a 25% stock surge on October 1st. We have analyst price targets. Wall Street coverage is bullish, with a consensus strong buy rating from 6 firms. Most targets are 12-month horizons, but they incorporate growth trajectories towards 2026. Key updates post-earnings. Maxim Group, 15% price target. That's 121% upside from $6.79. Roth Capital, $12.50, 84% upside. AGP Alliance Global, 62% upside with their $11 price target. HC Wainwright, $10 price target, 47% upside. Cantor Fitzgerald, $7 price target, 3% upside. And Northland as well with a buy and a $7 price target at 3% upside. So consensus, the average target is $10.42, 53% upside with a range of $7 to $15. These imply a near-term valuation of 13 to 20x forward 2025 ARR, but analysts note room for expansion as revenue scales. So the bull case for 2026, how high could it go? Now, before we talk about this, I really want to make something clear. I've talked about this for a while now on the channel, but I think October, November, December, the next 3 months are going to be very strong. But if next year shapes up the way I think it will, we could have an AI super cycle of investment starting. Not like a bubble, but companies seeing appreciation for the work that they are doing out there. What I mean by this is I believe inflation is going to come down over the next 12 months. I believe interest rates are going to come down. I believe the economy is going to get stronger as no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, a lot of the tax changes that are very business friendly, all of that starts to see a benefit on people's tax returns. So no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. A lot of people thought it was going to be right away. No, it's realized on your tax return. So that doesn't even start to benefit people until, well, next year on taxes. Okay. So real estate, there's record equity in people's homes. Even if prices come down a little bit as more supply comes online, as people sell their homes and are able to buy a new home, that's going to get a lot of money flowing, a lot of money into people's bank accounts. And I think generally there's going to be an improvement in the economy next year. Rents can go higher, right? And AI is not going anywhere. We are in an AI Cold War with China. Okay. Like this is something that's going to continue for a long time. So I don't think we're anywhere close to a bubble, right? This is nothing like the internet. Okay. But I do think by the end of next year, if I'm correct, and we do go through a bit of an AI super cycle, and let's say Rezolve is at some of these targets Grok is talking about, you could perhaps say that it's looking a little bubbly. Okay. Now, again, bull case for 2026. I got to give you the background on that. Okay, because I don't think these bull case targets happen without me being correct on that thesis. Okay. How high could it go? The $15 target from Maxim Group represents the most aggressive short-term view, but 2026 offers significantly more upside potential given the $500 million ARR exit guidance, more than 3x 2025 sales. Rezolve currently trades at 14.5x its 2025 ARR guidance. a discount to AI peers valued at 36 to 100x ARR. Examples include Anthropic, $183 billion valuation on $5 billion in ARR, Sierra AI, a $10 billion valuation on $100 million in ARR. Grok says, in a bull case, if Rezolve closes the valuation gap to peers by achieving 30 to 50x multiples on 500 million ARR by the end of 2026, assuming sustained execution on partnerships, M&A, and AI adoption, the enterprise value could reach 15 to 25 billion, with 322 million shares outstanding derived from current market cap and price. This translates to a stock price of $46 to $78 per share. At the extreme 100x multiple akin to high growth AI outliers, it could theoretically hit $155 per share, though this assumes flawless execution and market euphoria. Key bull catalyst for 2026, revenue acceleration. 500 million ARR exit implies 300 to 400 million in full year 2026 revenue, fueled by enterprise wins and expansion, multiple expansion. Peers trade at 30x ARR. Rezolve's commerce-specific AI zero hallucinations could command premiums as visibility improves. That was from Tip Ranks, by the way. Path to profitability, gross margins, 95%, EBITDA improving with break even possible by 2027. M&A and partnerships, recent $200 million financing enables growth. Microsoft and Google integrations drive scalability. It says here, bearish forecast. Anywhere from $3.54 to the $6.04 range for 2026 from algorithmic models. Highlight execution risks, competition, or multiple compression if AI hype cools. However, with institutional backing surpassing 10% ownership and validated growth, the bull case dominates current sentiment. In summary, while short-term targets top out at $15, a realistic bull case for end of 2026 sees Rezolve reaching $50 plus if it hits guidance and trades at peer multiples, potentially much higher in an AI-fueled market. This is speculative. Consult financial advisors for personalized advice. Let me read that last little short paragraph again. In summary, and try to understand what this is saying. In summary, while short-term targets top out at $15, a realistic bull case for end of 2026 sees Rezolve reaching $50 plus if it hits guidance and trades at peer multiples. So if the company does what they're saying they're going to do by the end of 2026, okay, and they just trade at a multiple comparable to their peers, stock's going to be $50 plus, or potentially much higher in an AI-fueled market. I think we are heading into an AI-fueled market, but even trading at $50 a share is almost a 10x from here. That would be a 20x from where I bought the stock, and likely a 20x from where most of you bought the stock. I'm not selling Rezolve. Not until like something goes really bad. Till they start missing or something bad happens, right? There's no reason for me to sell Rezolve whatsoever. Not when you're looking at this kind of upside. The upside far outpaces the downside. And I think, again, the upside is a lot more likely than the downside. And again, you have to remember that Rezolve just launched their product Main Street or on a large scale at the beginning of this year. It's essentially like a brand new company that, again, is seeing hyper growth rates, but it's going to take some time for other companies to even know that Rezolve exists. Okay. And I think as AI continues to improve and progress, you're going to see a lot more attention and deals around Rezolve. What do you think happens when Rezolve goes mainstream in the investment world? Like, not many people even know that Rezolve exists at this point. Okay. What do you think happens when largely retail discovers AI? Institutions or Rezolve, right? Once people actually start to discover the stock, yeah, I think we start to close that valuation discount that Rezolve has versus their peers. Now, in this portfolio, I have 12,000 shares with an average cost basis $2.97 a share. Current market value $82,440. Unrealized return $46,817, up 131.5%. Again, market value $82,440. In this portfolio, I have $96,040 in market value in the stock. Currently up $54,539, 131.5%. Average cost $2.96. I still own these 15 Rezolve 250 calls for February 20th, 2026. I mean, eventually I'll have to sell these or, exercise them, but most likely sell them. Current value, $6,675, up $5,100 on these options, or up 323, almost 324%. So when I add all of this together, okay, if I can pull up the calculator here, if it will let me, to be determined. I can just do the math in my head, honestly. 14,000 shares here, 12,000 shares in the other brokerage. Okay, that's 26,000 shares, plus 1,000 shares in Webull. That's 27,000 shares, plus 1,300 shares in Thinkorswim. That's what, 28,300 shares, plus the 15 options. That's what, 29,800 shares. Okay, I want to get a dollar number here, but my freaking calculator won't open. Let's Google it. Good old Google. 800 times what? $6. Where'd the stock close? $6.86. Jeez, that's a pain. That is $204,428 currently invested in the stock. So again, I have a lot of exposure here. I'm going to be right big or I'm going to be wrong big. Okay. We're talking millions of dollars. If I'm right, we're talking about a six-figure loss if I'm wrong. That's the kind of skin in the game I have here. But again, according to Grok, according to recent analysts following their earnings, I mean, according to the valuation discount of Rezolve to its peers, I think the upside far outpaces the downside, and I have no plans in selling anytime soon. Now, there is a restaurant that I'm potentially going to buy in the next 6 to 12 months, which I might have to pull funds from the portfolios, to be continued. But I have no plans in selling Rezolve anytime soon. Unless management F's up, starts doing things I don't agree with. Yeah, that is the only reason I really sell stocks. Or if I have to buy, if there's another business that I want to buy that I need the cash from the markets from. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Are you buying here? Are you not? I actually think it's still in the very early phases. Like, I think buying at these levels makes a lot of sense. If I wasn't like 50% of my market portfolio in Rezolve already, I would be buying the stock. I'm really interested in buying in the fours. I bought right before earnings around $4.80. Turned out to be a good buy. But that's the area I'm interested in buying in personally. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. But if you don't have exposure and you like what you heard in today's episode, like I don't think today's prices are terrible to buy. Hey, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to come invest alongside us, come identify opportunities like Rezolve clearly before Wall Street figures them out. That is what we strive to do over there. But again, don't be a jackass. I'm not a financial advisor. Take responsibility for your positions. Yeah, that is it. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.